Hello folks, and welcome to this week's Music Alerts video, which has a distinctly mixed media flavour about it, I would say. I've got a heap of vinyl for you, but before we get there, let's check out a few CDs. From the Lewis Recordings label comes a 2-CD package, Zoo for Barbers, newly released from, how do you pronounce this, Re-EAP? I think it's probably Re-EAP. The EAP bit actually refers to Edgar Allan Poe, the writer, horror chappie, with each song referring to the work of the great man himself. The band, collective, whatever you might call them, were formed by Kevin Legendre, I hope you pronounce it that way, apologies if not, a journalist and a BBC presenter. Now, this album has been on the go for a while now. Stylistically, we're talking folk and classical and avant, free jazz, there's instrumental and vocal sequences. Sometimes, as with And Black Cats, you'll be hit by a darkly melodic sequence. Scene Unseen could have been played by Coltrane, while Rainbow Steps on Shadow is trance-like, while Zoo for Barbers, well, that will fry your brain. On to another new release and the French outfit Affection Place and their Smouldering Fire album, which can, via the single Harry Fabian, which is track 1 on this album, sometimes sound like a 5-piece soundtrack band from the 60s, combined with the vocals from the Sisters of Mercy, through to a track like The Travelling Bird, which offers elements of Joy Division. Or is it just the bass on that track? Maybe so. Grey Beach continues that vibe. So, the album overall can be derivative at times. However, this group remains one to watch. Jazz now, and free jazz, and improv, and all of that challenging, head-expanding stuff that wraps your brain in a knot, and this archive piece from Mike Westbrook and the Cadillac label. You could say that this is Cadillac's 50th birthday release. Live 1972, which is this reissue, that's the name of this reissue. Live 1972 is a reissue of the label's first release, Live, which was actually released in 1973. The original was a 5-tracker. There are 7 on this reissue, which is the same as a later reissue which appeared on the Hux label in 2017. This one has tracks mastered by Colosseum's John Heisman. As far as the music is concerned on this particular one, well, it showed what British jazz was capable of. The group are wholly connected here, feeding off each other with passion and gusto. From the Status Quo archive, this is Series 2. It's limited to 8,000 copies. It derives from the Ear Music label, and it is presented in a multi-gatefold digipack. On the CD itself is a concert from 2012. From London, the O2 Arena, this 2-CD pack includes 21 tracks, and I hope, personally speaking, that the archive will feature and delve back into history with older concerts. Vinyl now, and a newly reissued album by the band Spock's Beard. 2003's Feel Euphoria has now been re-released by Inside Out, which is a Sony imprint. This one had the band for the first time without the long-term lead vocalist and creative force Neil Morse, and the result is a rather more commercial and poppy outing rather than the original metallic prog ventures of yore. So, less prog, more rock. Die-hard fans still have an affection for it though. Next is from the short-lived synth-punk Dayton, Ohio band Brainiac on the Craft label, and the 30th anniversary edition of Smack Bunny Baby. Originally released by Grass Records, this LP will certainly wake you up with its slightly warped, wide-eyed, crazy, what day is it again? Overspeed, head flailing, on the edge, alt-rock dynamic. Amazing stuff. Now we have a new album, although I've heard it described as an EP, but there is enough content on here for an album. by a band called Dead Chic. The name of the album, The Venus Ballroom, on the Upton Park record label. This one sounds like it was recorded on the Mexican border. It has twangy, distorted guitars, Spanish influences, introspective lyrics, lots of dust, lots of heat, Ennio Morricone asleep in the chair over there on the stoop. We've got wide-brimmed hats, lots of atmosphere, but not a great deal of quality, not a great deal of excitement, not a great deal of originality or creativity. It's a great screensaver then, not much of an album, or EP, or whatever it is. I haven't heard from Baby Bird for a while, but he's now back, albeit with a reissue of the man's major label conversion, Ugly Beautiful, on BMG. First time back on vinyl since 1996 and as a double album, although the digital expanded edition version, I hear, includes 6 bonus tracks and 4 official videos. This is the album featuring the hit You're Gorgeous, of course. This album did rather well, but even so, I think I prefer him as a back bedroom lo-fi mystery man rather than this in the spotlight pop star, which I don't think he quite suits. On to Disney now, and an 8-track soundtrack from Julia Michaels and Benjamin Rice on the animated musical fantasy film Wish, featuring performances from Michaels herself, but also Ariana DeBose, I think it's DeBose, and Chris Pine. This one appears within a well-produced gatefold sleeve. Now, a mighty 3-LP release from Kraft, devoted to jazz guitarist Wes Montgomery, called Live at Subo? I think it's Subo, in Berkeley, California. Anyway, now the original was a 1-disc release. This is a 3-LP expanded edition. It has 2 previously unreleased performances, all from the original tapes and mastered by respected engineer Kevin Gray. So, disc 1 is your basic album. Disc 2 offers alternative takes, and disc 3 more of those plus outtakes. This is also a bit of musical archaeology because the track Full House on the original includes 2 separate takes of the Montgomery guitar solo, but the extra tracks included here, they give you the original restored solo. So you can compare, you can contrast, and you can scratch your chin until the cows come home. The discs here arrive in a multi-gatefold sleeve, sporting new liner notes and rather nice vintage photos. Finally, a bit of Bush. I don't know whether YouTube will ban this video just for me saying that. Anyway, I'll plough on. This double album is the best of Bush. It's their first best of from the UK band, who made it big in the US but did nothing in the UK. Spanning 1994 to 2023, featuring an impressive lyric booklet and pressed on cloudy clear vinyl, it packs in 21 tracks, including a new outing called Nowhere to Go, but Everywhere, and a rarely heard Beatles cover of Come Together. And that's your lot, folks. Thank you very much for staying to the end of this video, and as ever, if down below I could ask you to click on the like and subscribe buttons, I'd be rather happy. Pleased, I would be. Because it would just help things, you know? And we need to help things. If I could also direct you below to the description, and there will be links down there for my website and my Facebook group and my Patreon page. And down there you will find, or rather over there, because it's that way, in the Patreon section, there's a brand new Hi-Fi News Etc. video. And there's also exclusive videos and text reviews and features and all kinds of weird stuff and room tours and stuff. Check it out. Have a browse. There's hundreds of things over there. Anyway, I'll be back on Sunday with another Hi-Fi News Etc. for you. Hope you like that. Give you a bit of insight about what people see over on Patreon. And I hope to have your company. Until then, folks. Bye-bye for now.